stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. To the cosmic consciousness, soul control, family, and soul tribe. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. To the cosmic consciousness, soul control, family, and soul tribe. Hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. I'm feeling good for no reason at all. I hope everyone is operating in the highest version of your true and authentic self, regardless of what's going on, because I'm operating in the truest and authentic version of oneself, regardless of what's going on. And being able to do that keeps me feeling good for no reason at all. So once again, I hope everybody is feeling good for no reason at all. Peace to the family. Took a few days off, you know. And before I begin, I do acknowledge the request for readings, spiritual readings, and spiritual sessions. However, I have been off the grid as far as doing readings. I'm going through my own present initiations and upgrades. So I took some time off. When I do return back to doing readings and spiritual personal sessions with people, I will inform you. Thank you. Other than that, man, I hope everybody utilize the energies of the 1010 portal, October 10th portal. We just all went through, I'll say. 1010, 11, 111. You know, for those of us who are familiar with the synchronicities, that was a very important day for those who are able to utilize the frequencies and energies that's ushering in at this present time. As I say, this is October. This is Halloween or Halo's Ween or All Saints Day, to whatever it's known to you as, depending on what you exercise in your spiritual practices. Because we don't utilize religion over here. It's an everyday reality. Spirituality is an everyday reality. So religious people won't even begin to understand the undertakings of an individual who is actually authentic and genuine, sincere, and devoted to their spiritual life, to their spiritual actuality, to their spiritual reality in this external catalyst. Because Earth is a catalyst for us to get the picture. Somebody asked me what was discipline. And it's not many times that I find myself figuring out how I'm gonna respond to something, but in this moment I did, because what discipline has showed me is beyond words. As I just previously said, it's something discipline, a disciplined life, a disciplined person beyond the words. It's an activity. It's an action. It's a constant. It's a consistency. It's a persistent. So only someone who is disciplined and utilizes discipline in every aspect of their life will understand that. Beyond that, it'll just be words to one who asking that question or seeking to learn what discipline is. And it's just my opinion. But what I eat don't make y'all use the bathroom. So it'll resonate with some and some it may not. But what is discipline? I'll just share what discipline is not. Until you try it yourself, anything you say is hearsay. Until you try it yourself, anything that you say is hearsay. I don't care who told it to you. Until you try it yourself, it's hearsay. This checkmate for anybody who say they conscious. Spiritual is a whole nother dimension. But until you try it yourself, anything you say is hearsay. Because most people try to underplay, undermine, and downplay people who actually walk the walk. Because they don't walk the walk. They don't understand the reality. Or the frequencies, or how to utilize and maneuver and manipulate them, to create better realities. More so, it's a mental work. So first it starts in the mind with things that need to be shedded, and let go, so things can be brought in, upgrades can be brought in and brought on the line, and we start learning, what our gifts really can do. Until you try it yourself, anything we say is hearsay, including me. And that's what makes, the things that come from me be so strong and impactful, because I don't say nothing just to say it. It's a living reality in my daily existence. And if you know me, you know that. So it goes without saying. It's in my frequency. When you can demonstrate it, you are the evidence. Until you try it yourself, it's hearsay. But when you can demonstrate it, you are the evidence. It don't take nobody approval. See, and I take pride in being the evidence. I don't need nobody approval. Do you? That's the question. I put myself online to be judgment, and just so I can feel it and I can read it. I've been in initiation, so it ain't that I haven't been here. I've been very present. I'm learning more how to watch, sit back and watch in the spirit what the collective is doing. The collective connected to me and the collective that's not, in general. I and we. And the more I understand that, the more one understands that in their transition from star seed to light worker. You gotta know when to take time and power up, fall back, and let the spirit, teach you and instruct you, to what's going on in the higher realms of things as you move up in the higher realms of this thing that we are. New doors are opening, family, and it represents something unique for each and every one of us. The doors that's opening up for me and my ability to be able to recognize them may not be the same doors that's opening up for you and your ability to recognize them. But new doors are opening for us as a whole. It feels good. I'm smiling. Because I ain't got nothing to be sad about or upset about. None of that. Neither should you. If you got mastery, if you exercise a mastery, no one should have no reason to be feeling bad about anything. I don't care what's going on. The motto over here is feel good for no reason at all. You hear me? Your smile should be lighting up. Our smile should be lighting up a light in somebody else's light. Our smile should have the ability to light up a dark space in somebody else's life, you know. So I feel good to have this smile, you know, my cheeks hurting and I don't know why I'm smiling so much, but it feels good, you hear me? So if you're in that place, salute. That means you've been doing some work, because that's what it takes. That's what it takes, nothing else. I was told a long time ago the gods don't care nothing about what humans care about. And I think my smile is the evidence of that. I ain't sitting by the beach. I don't live in a mansion. You know, I don't drive a 6-figure car. You know, but I'm able to do this from the most deepest place. I'm able to smile from the most deepest place in me, and it feels good for no reason at all. So I hope this be contagious to somebody who hear this message today. And I'm wearing royal blue, Nipsey blue. You hear me? Rising power, Nipsey. Continuously. Be careful, family, and cautious. Not to base. We must be careful and cautious not to base our life existence on a lie, any kind of lie. And the reason that's so important, that contemplation was so important to me, because it took me back to a portal in time, or it took me through a portal in time where I had to be in the space that I was seeing from, and I ain't like what I was being shown about myself in that point in time, during that certain phase that I was in that point in time. Because what I was looking back on is me in a space where an icebox was where my heart should be, you know, and I was a totally different type of quote unquote animal, for lack of a better expression, at this particular time, you know. And I think it might have been a song out at that time. It's the icebox where my heart used to be. So that even amplified the circuit frequency that was in the universe at that time. This might be resonating with somebody. I forgot who sung it. Maybe Omarion or somebody, but the icebox where my heart used to be. And at that time, I was in a real like crazy phase of my life, and I was identifying with what that frequency through music was pushing out in the universe, you know. But be careful. But that's my point in saying we must be careful and cautious not to base our life on the existence of a lie, because music has a way to influence what we ingest into our thought pattern reality. Another contemplation that I was having or observing through the collective was how our shadow self, our dark side, works on the higher end of things that we may not be totally aware of or attentive to, due to the fact that, because when in most conversations that come up about the dark sides of us or the shadow aspect of us, it's always communicated in the negative. So without going into it to blur the message, I just want to pose a question. What if the potential of the darkest version of you is your best self, just waiting to be raised up? You ever find yourself in a place asking yourself how you get to the place you find yourself, asking yourself how you get there in the first place? What was you doing there the whole time that you ain't realized you was in it the whole time before you decided to ask yourself What are you doing in this place that you have no business in? Because the uncomfortability that you are aware of that you wasn't before, because the uncomfortability, for lack of a better term, was a fun reality at that time, until you started finally realizing that you was growing up out of some things, or things was changing about you, for you to start looking at some things in a different way than you previously did. I've been there. And in those moments, I found out that when I asked myself those kind of questions, I was only searching for something that make me feel good for the moment. So, in closing, I want to pose one more question. What are you searching for that makes you feel good only for the moment? And all the rest of the moments, you don't have a reason to feel good. Inspire, compliment, and courage. I love y'all, family. Salute to God. Peace.